Hello again, everyone. This is Randy, your sewing machine man, and look at what we have today. Who'da thunk it? A Sears Kenmore. Yeah, I know, right? We got a million Sears Kenmore, and here's a real good one. But what makes it unique is that it has this little button up here. This is the 158-180-33. What an awesome machine. I wish it didn't have the super high shank, but you can get around that by getting an adapter. And it's got the left needle position default. It's got a lot of things that people find weird, but the folks that have them love them. And the lady that brought this to me to get service, she had been having fits with her bobbin winder, and that's what these things are famous for. These things can be used every day, 8 hours a day, till the cows come home. And you can look that up. That's way out there. It's a long time. So if you don't use them, problems happen. It's like if you parked your brand new Mercedes-Benz in the garage and didn't run it for 50 years. Lord have mercy. You'd think brand new Mercedes, oh, it's brand new. Well, nothing's going to work. Transmissions aren't going to work. The valves aren't going to work. Everything's going to be stuck. It's going to clatter. It's going to make a mess and probably blow up. These machines are made to be used, and this is like the Lexus of sewing machines. This is made in Japan. This is when Sears was at the absolute top of their game. You could not get a better machine from anyone, in my estimation. Bernina was giving them a run for the money when this was out. Singer, they completely lost their way. There was a couple good Japanese folks out there, but this one is so precise, so sweet, so smooth. But inside here, there's a bobbin winder mechanism. And when you push this down, the machine is activated, and it goes. Just as smooth as silk. When you activate this, it engages the bobbin winder, and the bobbin winder winds, as you can see it spinning there. The bobbin winder winds, and it all happens internally in here, and it is an engineering masterpiece, something along the lines of maybe a torque converter and an automatic transmission. It has springs, it has little ball bearings that expand to grip, and everything works on springs and a little bit of magic. It's pretty cool. But it has to be taken apart. I was going to make this video about how to do it without taking it apart, and I did everything but stand on my head, and you have to take it apart. And I wouldn't advise you to take it apart. If you find one of these somewhere and it's folded down in a nice little cabinet, and you pop it up and you see this little button right here, here's your little button. There's a couple little models that have this. You see that little button and you think to yourself, I wonder if the bobbin winder works. So you engage that, the bobbin winder works. Well, that's cool. Then you engage this to see if it engages the machine. And if the machine kind of goes real slow and kind of hits and misses and won't engage, it's going to need to be completely taken apart, cleaned, polished, serviced, and reassembled. And there are probably 20, 30 little tiny little springs and screws and bearings and gadgets inside there. And trust me, it's a chore. I know there's people that can do that stuff. I had friends that take apart a Holley carburetor and put it back together with a zillion pieces and little springs and gaskets, and I'm like, how in the heck did you do that? They knew how to do it. They did it in their sleep practically. And I had friends who rebuilt automatic transmissions. Me and friends built motors, you know, just to do this. But after you've done it a bunch of times, but that first time out, you better have somebody on speed dial who knows what the heck they're doing. Or if you get one of these, it's worth spending the money on it. Take it someplace, and if they know what they're doing, ask them, do you know what you're doing? Have you ever done this before? And if they give you like a deer in the headlights look, go elsewhere, because they're going to do probably about the same job you would have done, and it may not work. And they'll go, well, it couldn't be fixed. Boom, get a new one. That's what they'll do. So if you find somebody out there who knows how to service one of those, I do. There's not many of me out here, but if you find somebody like me that can do that, buy them a cup of coffee, pay them the money, send them a Christmas card, find out when their birthday is, send them some cupcakes, because if they get this thing fixed for you, you have a machine that's just absolutely awesome machine. This little guy is just smooth as silk. It's so fast. Double pulley system on it. Got the idler, self-adjusting tension. Got the patch and darn up here. It's got the drop feed. Nice little machine. Absolutely worth it. If you can find one and they've used it a lot, and you go like this and it winds, and you go like this and it takes right off, grab it. That's a real find. Put a couple $100 in it, If you can get one cheap someplace at the Goodwill for 50 bucks, 100 bucks, whatever, and you have to give somebody $150, $200 to rebuild that, and if they know what they're doing, at the end, you've got a machine like this that will last someone absolutely for generations. I'd recommend it. The Kenmore by Sears, made in Japan, 158.18033. Perfection.